Today's video is going to be SEO for small to medium local businesses. Before I started creating this video, I've done research into YouTube, into what's out there at the moment in terms of SEO, growing small local businesses organically, things like that. I didn't find much in the way of a comprehensive guide, which is what I'm going to do today. I found a lot of clickbaity stuff. I found a lot of videos which had really good production values, really good cutscenes, uh, not really much in the way of substance. I don't have any of that fancy stuff. I don't have any of the neon lights. I don't have a podcast mic. I'm using my sort of hands-free mic here. But what I do have is substance and 14 years in SEO. So here we go. SEO for small, medium, local businesses. This video guide is going to basically talk you through optimizing your small to medium local business website and your Google business profile listing. We're going to do that in order for you to gain increased website traffic, cost-effective way of marketing, which SEO it definitely is. When you compare SEO to the likes of PPC, Google ads, Facebook ads, things like that, where you're paying every time someone clicks on that listing, which, don't get me wrong, it can definitely be profitable, but it can also be quite expensive. Now, if you're starting out, you want to start off lean, you want to start with the costs low and trying to get your customer value high. And that's what we're going to do today. That's what SEO really is. And you want to establish your authority, you want to establish your brand as an authority, your website, your Google business profile, your entire business presence as an authority online. Now, 46% of all searches on Google are actually local searches, and here's a link to that, which will give you much more information. So, keyword research and monitoring tools that we're going to be using, free and paid. The monitoring tools are all free. Keyword research, we have a free option or quite a few free options and a paid option, which is what I use. I actually have used all of the above, and I've ranked websites really well using these suggestions as well. So, keyword research is the foundation to a good SEO strategy. If you have your keywords in place and the right keywords that you're going to be going after, then you're going to actually win in the game of ranking online and getting customers online. Just because when people are looking for your business and you're there ready to serve them, that's when you're going to make the biggest impact. And that's why I love SEO. So, when it comes to keyword research, we're going to be using Ubersuggest, Answer So Great, and Google Keyword Planner. I'm not a great fan of Google Keyword Planner, but the other two are good. Again, limited in what they produce as a free plan, but Answer So Great will give you a lot for your free plan. Obviously, Ahrefs goes without saying. That's the gold standard. That's the top notch. You can't beat that when it comes to keyword research, backlink research, topic research, anything to do with website growth. Now, monitoring, you're going to be using Google's own properties, which is Google Search Console and Analytics. The difference is Google Search Console will give you data on traffic that comes from Google. You will get keywords, you will get pages that they come from, you will get impressions, you will get a bunch of really good data where traffic has come from Google. Google Analytics, you're going to get more but less from Google. So you're going to get traffic which comes outside of Google. You might get traffic from your newsletters, from your Facebook pages. You might get traffic from other search engines. You might get direct traffic. You can also, with Google Analytics, measure the behavior of the user once they're on your site. So again, really good data. And also Bing Webmaster Tools, which is like Google Search Console, but Bing. Now, Bing has always been a small-ish part of the market, but that part of the market is growing. And if you want to start growing your website with Search GPT in mind, which is ChatGPT's search function, that uses Bing or that uses an element of Bing search. So it's really important now more than ever to make sure that Bing is in your strategy when you're looking at keywords, when you're looking at growing your website, when you're looking at all of the above, really. So, as we get into actually ranking the profile, we have a few different elements that we're going to be looking at. And for this particular lesson, for this particular video, I'm going to be looking at local florists in the Reading area. So I live in Reading, so looking at local florists would be a good option. So go flower shop. So the first thing you do before you do anything else, you want to scope out the competition. So Google Business Profiles, this is where they are. And before you even scroll down to the organic listings, you've got Google Business Profiles, which are highly, highly clicked on just because they've got stars, they've got the call to actions here, they've got pictures, you've got a lot of data about the business, and this entices a lot of clicks, a lot more than your normal, excuse me, search engine results would. So these are your normal search engine results, and we're going to be looking at both the Google Business Profile and the search engine results. So the first thing to do is optimize your Google Business Profile, and I've deliberately put that above your website just because your Google Business Profile is going to start getting traction if optimized correctly sooner than your website would. So with that said, setting up and optimizing your Google Business Profile is key in growing your ranking. So when I say optimizing it, I mean, move me out of the way, I mean using images, using very appropriate imagery, very appropriate videos for your listing. You want to give people as much information as you can about your listing. Now, this doesn't have a huge amount of information, and does this one, but this one's got a little bit of information: floral displays, bouquets, cut flowers from a little shop, also saying pot plants and gifts. Good information. They've got pictures here of the shop, they've got a nice little video here of the shops, of the flowers, and this is all really, really helpful information. Excuse me. As well as going into your sort of reviews, this also plays a key element in giving Google the entities that you want to rank for, or that your business is, for it to pick up what you're about and essentially rank you. So setting your business profile up is extremely easy. You literally go to Google Business, you sign up, there is a wizard, you literally go through step by step and give it all the information that it asks you about your business. Try not to skip anything, even if it says optional, put in information there because it's all going to help, trust me. And then you want to add photos in there. You want to add geotagged photos. And again, I will leave a link on how to do that. Extremely easy. And you want to leave your business information, what your business is about, who it serves, the time it serves, etc., etc. And you want to post regularly on your Google Business Profile. And this is key. Not a lot of people are doing this, but you don't need a huge amount of content to post on Google Business Profiles. You just need to have I would say, the bare minimum, right? And it's enough for you to get traction. It tells Google that your profile is up to date, and it gives Google good indications of what your business is about. So this is one that's got a decently optimized sort of posting history. The last posted 20 days ago, so 8th of November, as it is today. Today's the 28th, and you can see it's basically promoting their products. They've got nice pictures, a little bit of blurb about the pictures, information about promotions that they're running. You got a summer sale there, you got a bank holiday sale here, and that's what you want to try and start publishing. Event updates, like I said, sales, Black Friday sales, bank holiday sales, things like that, and also educational content, right? So you want to help people help themselves. A lot of businesses don't do that, especially tradesmen like electricians, carpenters, um, you name it. They won't do that, just because if I help people for free, why would they want to pay me? That's usually the question that is asked. If someone wants to help themselves, they will help themselves regardless of whether they get their information from your website, your YouTube video, or your Google profile, or they get that information from somewhere else. If they're going to do it themselves, they will do it themselves. You haven't lost a customer. However, if it's you who helps them, they may well come back to you. They may well say, "Do you know what? Jim knows what he's doing. So I'm going to go back to him every time I've got a leaky faucet, or every time I want my flowers arranged in a nice way. I'm going to go back to Jim because Jim clearly knows what he's talking about." So this is why I say educational content is key. Don't shy away from it. Embrace it. You also want to manage and respond to each and every review that you get. Now, a lot of people don't do this, and this is a missed opportunity. So these guys are doing it really well. They're responding to reviews. I would have responded to this review, even though it's a negative review. I would have definitely responded to it just to say, look, sorry you felt that way. There may have been a mix up. Please feel free to contact me directly at this number below, or something like that, because it shows to Google and it shows to other customers or potential customers that, hey, these guys do actually care about their business. They're responding to the negative reviews as well as the positive ones, right? So you want to respond to all of your reviews. Now we go on to the website optimization, and this is where things get a little bit more fun for me anyway. So the foundational setup for good ranking. So you want to set up and optimize your homepage and your landing pages. So your homepage is basically the homepage. This is what I would say is the sort of front room. The As soon as you walk into the shop, that's your homepage, and then you go into the different aisles, which are your landing pages, and these are your money making pages. So, wedding flowers, hire someone to create the flowers for you, flowers for home decors, things like that. So these are your landing pages, and these are really, really important to make sure that you get to a really good level in terms of optimization. So you want to ensure that location and niche specific keywords are sprinkled into the key pages that we want to rank. Again, homepage, landing pages, things like that, and they will rank themselves. You want to make sure that your website is mobile friendly. So it should look good on mobile. So again, we come back to this example. So I'm going to inspect that and I can see that, yeah, it looks good on mobile. You got my big head in the way, but yeah, it looks good on mobile. As I scroll down, I don't see anything that stands out or that makes me think, that's not very nice. So this is really important because a lot more users are now on mobile than they are on desktop. So, and you want to make sure that you're making it as easy as possible for people to contact you. So you want to make sure that your contact form's there above the fold, your phone number's there above the fold. And here is a good example of someone doing this. So this is a bathroom installers. When I say above the fold, I mean this is the fold. So the bottom of the screen is the fold. And if you think about it, how newspapers used to be, above the fold was what they would put on the shelf, and that's the headline that will capture your attention. So you want to make sure that the most important elements that you want people to see are above the fold, and this will help with your conversion rates. So here I've got a big box here, which is promising me free tiles. It's enticing me. It's making me want to click, it's compelling me to click on that button and start filling out this form. Great, great example. But I would have also want to see a phone number here, but I don't see a phone number. There may well be a phone number in the contact us page, but do you know what? I might not even get to that page. I might get to this page and think, do you know what? Let me contact them. Oh, there's no contact number. I don't have time to fill out a form. I'll just click the back button and find someone else. So you want to make sure the contact form is there, and you also want to make sure that the phone number is there, just like Reading bathroom and kitchens have. So this is a clickable phone number. You click that phone number on your phone, and it will ask if you want to call it. I'm on the laptop, so it's not going to work. But what I don't have here is a contact form box. So you want to make sure that you have both a phone number and a box right above the fold. So I mean, I imagine if I go down, yep, there's a contact us uh, box here, and I can certainly fill that in. But you know what? I would even put it here. And yes, you're going to be cutting into the image. I mean, this part of the image, there's not really too much going on, right? So maybe move this a little bit to the left and put a contact form box there. It doesn't have to be a long one, it doesn't have to be a wide one, but just enough to, or it even can be a couple of buttons to say contact us, just like we saw in the florist website, just like we saw here. So it doesn't need to be extremely intrusive, it just needs to be there. So let's chat about flowers. Yeah. So, and then once you've got the sort of CRO or conversion rate optimization elements done, you want to make sure that your Google Maps is embedded using Google Maps API. So let's have a look to see how that's done. So do these guys have a Google Maps embed? And again, it's extremely easy. You just go to Google, you just use the website that I've listed here. And this is a Google Maps. You can see I'm moving it around. And this is embedded using the API. Again, really important because it shows to Google that these guys are a legit business. They're based in this area. This is the area that they serve, and you're giving Google everything it wants on a plate, and you're basically making their life easy. Really, they will reward you for that. So when you consider this and this, honestly, you're already in a really good position to rank just by optimizing the bare essentials. But we're going to go one step further and start creating a good content strategy, which starts with keyword research. So, in fact, I'm going to put it there, keyword research. So, we've already got keyword research here, and that's what we're going to do. So, we're going to start with florist and flowers. I've already done the search. So, immediately, I want to go for, let's not even do florists in Reading. So, I want to see what variations there are of florists in Reading. There's not going to be a huge amount. Florist in Reading, Berkshire. This is going to be your homepage or a landing page. This, if you're not going to be serving any other areas, then I would argue this should be your homepage. If you are going to be serving Reading, Windsor, Maidenhead, then you might want to have different landing pages for each area. So let's just say we're just going to target florists in Reading, no other areas. You want to then look at other areas inside of Reading because you might deliver to Lower Early, you might deliver to Tilehurst or Woodley and places like that. So incorporate these keywords into that landing page because the more keywords that you've got sprinkled into that landing page, the higher the chances that you're going to start ranking higher for that term. And once you've maxed out all of the sort of local landing terms or local money terms, you want to start widening that net because you want to start getting that relevant traffic that's top of the funnel. Informational content is what we want to start looking at. So here are a lot of ideas that we can start writing about. And again, we're using Ahrefs and this is paid, but we'll go to the free options in a minute. But here, okay, maybe not that one. So I'm looking for flowers that would be related to a florist. So this one might not be a bad idea. You've got 450 as a search volume. How to draw a flower? Maybe not. No. How to make a flower crown? No. When to plant wild seed? When to plant wild flower seeds? So that's a good one. When do agapanthus flower? Tulip flower meaning. So these are good flowers. These are good keywords for flowers. How to make a flower bed, which is really good. When does wisteria flower, etc., etc. So you've got loads of options here. You don't need that many blog articles. You only need a handful. So maybe 10, 20, depending on the niche that you're in. See what your competitors are doing, see how many they've got on the top ranking pages, and then sort of go likewise. So let's have a look at a free tool, Answer Secrets. I've already done the query here. So flowers, United Kingdom, and we've got a lot. And this is a free tool. So, a lot of these keywords are going to be relevant. Maybe not all of them, but so let's see. Are flowers a good birthday gift? This is ideal if you're a florist because you're selling flowers and you want to get that intent where people are buying gifts, people are buying flowers as presents, people are buying flowers for funerals, weddings, things like that. And you also want to sort of tackle some of these queries as well. Should I put flowers? How do I look after my flowers? Should I send flowers to my ex? Not sure why you would, but can I bring flowers on the second date? These are really good queries for you to sort of then go after. And again, Uber suggests I've done the same query here, use flowers. And here, so on Answer Secrets, we don't get the search volume, but we do on Uber suggest. So this is really good. we get some search volume, not all of them. After a point, cuts you off. It still gives you the keywords here, but it doesn't give you the search volume. So that's just something to keep in mind. And as we sort of go down the list, we've come here and we've done a keyword research. So you want to write helpful content on the business, help people solve their problems. As I said earlier, they will still come to you, they will still contact you for you to help them, but help them help themselves. That is definitely key. So you want to write content on common questions people would ask in your industry, problems that they may have, and then repurpose that content into YouTube, into TikTok. Start posting socials with that content. Once you've got that content, you've got gold and you can repurpose that however you like. Use the free tools mentioned above and then ask AI for ideas. AI is here, it's not going anywhere. So, if we pull up AI, artificial intelligence, let's pull up Claude. Yeah, for some reason, it's not letting me record on Claude. But yeah, you can literally ask Claude questions like this. I will even do a screenshot. I will paste a Claude screenshot here to show you how it's done. For some reason, it's just not letting me record on there. I don't know, maybe it's a privacy setting. But you want to then write about local events and how your business serves its local area. Again, for florists, what are flowers native to Reading? What events in Reading would incorporate flowers, things like that. And things you can ask AI for these things. Now, you may not find these questions on free tools or even paid tools, just because there's not going to be a huge amount of search volume. What price fresh flowers Reading answers? That doesn't make sense. What does that mean? What does that? I don't know what that means. But this is where you start getting your locality and your industry to merge into one entity or one query. And that's what you want to go for. And then you want to structure these pages and posts in a way that makes sense to you, the users, and to Google. So your service page or your landing page, these are your highest priority pages. So like we saw here earlier, whoops, I don't really want to book a call with you. So service pages, landing pages, homepage, that's your landing page. It talks about flowers, it talks about wedding flowers, it talks about what's going on in the flowers industry, things like that. And then you've got bathrooms, kitchens. These are your landing pages, bathrooms and kitchens, because those are your money makers. That's where you make your money. That's where you install bathrooms and kitchens, really. Any other pages are informational pages, but your service page, your landing page, they're your money makers, and that's what you want to start tackling first. And then you want to go into your informational content. So this is top of the funnel. This is where you're going to be educating people. This is where you're going to be, you go into news and you're going to be writing blog posts on this subject, which is going to be internally linking to your money pages, just like these guys have got here. So yeah, they're internally linking very deliberately to their homepage, to their landing pages. Very, very good strategy. And I've touched on internal linking a little bit later on. But after informational posts, you want to look at your case studies. And this is where you get to show off what you've done. So for these guys, it's gallery. Look at all the cool stuff that we've built. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? You know? And do we have one here? I'd be very surprised if it didn't. Gallery, gallery, gallery. Oh, okay, they don't. Maybe I'm overlooking it, but I bet they do in Instagram and Pinterest. It's a visual niche. Why wouldn't they? And an internal link. This is really, really important. This is really, really powerful for ranking pages in your website. Now, you want to incorporate local and niche related keywords throughout your content naturally. So you don't want it to sound over hypey. You don't want it to sound over spammy, but you do want to make sure that the word Reading, the word flower, the word florists are in there somewhere. You want to use high quality images and then optimize the images that you use on your website by including relevant alt tags and titles. If you're on a WordPress website, you'll get the option to add alt tags and titles. And these are key in ranking your images in image searches inside of Google, and that will also help rank your website inside of Google as well for website searches. Once you've published a page or a post, you want to then push it to Google Search Console to index. So Google has an index. Google are like a library. They've got loads and loads and loads of books, web pages, if you like. And each of these web page is indexed within Google's index. Every time you publish a piece of content that you want Google to take note of, go into Search Console, go into submit and submit that URL. Submit your sitemap as well. And that's going to help push your content to Google and put it onto Google's radar a lot quicker than if they would, where they would naturally crawl it. And they will naturally crawl it. So even if you publish it and don't do anything about it, I bet you if it's a quality piece of content and you've got a quality website in good technical order, that content will be indexed within a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months at best. You want to make sure that your main keyword plus location is in the title tag, H1, and URL of the landing page, just like these guys have done here. So Lockfit, and you can see Reading Locksmith, that's the URL, and that's the local area as well as the main keyword, locksmith. And it's also in the title right at the beginning. These guys have done a really good job. And if we go into their site, if we go into the site, this is the H1. But this is literally the H1, nearest locksmith in Reading. So again, they've got it there. And if we inspect the element, where are we going? Yeah. So they've got it there. And I don't know where it is. Have I lost it? No, that's not it. Reading locksmith. Get off this little screen and try and bring it on a big screen. Ah, it was here. I'm not too sure what's going on their site, but it definitely was here. And that is definitely the H1, your nearest locksmith in Reading. So they've done a really good job there. Now, doing this is definitely going to help you already. But we're going to go two steps further and look at other ranking factors which Google consider. There are three main pillars that Google actually assesses when it decides which websites, which web pages to rank: on-page SEO, technical, and off-page. So on-page we've just covered. That's the words on your website. Technical is how your website works, so make sure it passes Core Web Vitals. You can go to this website, plug in your link, and it will scan your website to see how well it performs. And then you've got your off page, which is building links to the website. So every website that has a link to you, so this is a link, this is a link. So every website that has a link going to your website is counted as a vote. And the more votes that you have to your website, the more Google thinks it's relevant or powerful. Now, the more powerful links you've got coming to your website, the more powerful your website is or becomes. The more relevant links you got to your website, not necessarily powerful, but the more relevant links you got coming to your website, the more relevant Google sees that website to that search query or to that website that's linking to your website. So that's how Google assesses links. So as a local business, you want to make sure that you're signing up to all or as many local directories and citations as you can, such as Yelp, Hotfrog, etc., etc. Here's a list of 100, which is not my list, it's someone else's list, but that's enough for you to get going, right? If you want to go one step beyond, probably outside of the scope of this video, but you can start guest posting and or creating linkable assets, and that's where you start reaching out to other websites within your industry, within your niche, and asking if you can post an article on their website with a link back to your website. They get a free article, you get a link back to your website. However, this method doesn't work nearly as well as it used to 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even. It works less and less now. So now it's more reliant on the actual website and your actual website performance, your keywords on your website, your technical things like that. Once you've done all of that, you want to start monitoring and building and optimizing on growth. You want to connect your website to Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and big webmasters tools to allow you to monitor where your strong and your weak points are. And you want to capitalize on where your strong points are. So if you see certain topics growing more than others, you want to double down on those. You want to create more content on those. Even create social media posts around that. Even create YouTube videos, TikTok videos, and go the whole shebang and create a whole marketing strategy around your SEO. Your SEO is key because it's literally going to be there when people are looking for you, but you also want to consider social as something that's still there in the back of your mind and something that you publish a blog post on your website. Let's just say for example, repurpose that blog post for your Google business profile with a couple of nice images, put it up there. And then if it's a visual industry, just like the flower shop, put it on Pinterest. Create a pin, put it on Pinterest. If it's in the bathroom decor, kitchen decor, things like that, maybe create a YouTube video. It doesn't have to be a talking head like you've got here with me. It can just be walking around with your phone, filming on what you've done, or filming how to fix certain things, how to repair a broken faucet or wherever it might be. So, if you've got any questions, let me know. Hope you enjoyed it.